No? Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Sorry for the inconvenience due to some traffic here in Kumbalgodu. So we started late.
Madam, I think you have connected two devices. It was coming echo.
Yes. So good morning. I would like to welcome for today's webinar on accelerators, incubators, opportunities for students and faculties, early stage entrepreneurs. So being organized by Department of Computer Science and Engineering and Institution Innovation Council VKIT in association with Vishweshwaraya Trade Promotion Center, Government of Karnataka, Center for Export Promotion, Department of Industries and Commerce, Bangalore. So I take this privilege to welcome you all for today's webinar. Today we have with us Dr. Balasubramanya S, General Manager. So Association for Biotech-Led Enterprises, Bangalore. So we would like to welcome you, sir. And we would like to welcome our principal, Dr. Padmanabha S, sir, Vice Principal, Dr. D.V. Chandrasekhar, sir, and our advisor come administrative officer, Dr. N. Govindraju, sir. And I would like to welcome all the participants from various colleges and my dear students for this webinar. Now I would request Institution Innovation Council President, Dr. D.V. Chandrasekhar, sir, to say a few words.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for welcoming our chief guest. So, so nowadays, the present days, the Indian people are moving ahead in science and technology. So I think this is a new initiative. The Prime Minister has initiated and announced that, and every institution should have a IAC center so that the student can able to think in a different directions and innovative ideas, so that our country will go in a good directions and good technologies. So I hope that all our participants and they are going to inculcate whatever that speaker is going to speak today. So it will be helpful for them in think in different directions. So I thank you, our the speaker, and also I thanks to that HOD and other colleagues of mine. So thank you, madam, and I wish you good luck, the participants.
Thank you, sir. So we are conducting this webinar in association with VPTC. So who is exporters? That is who is known for exporters for budding entrepreneurs. So they'll encourage budding entrepreneurs to carry out their entrepreneurial work in a very effective manner. And even they have various schemes which supports the young entrepreneurs to carry out their work. So Prabhavati madam has provided all the facilities today to conduct this webinar. So in her absence, even I would like to thank her. Thank you, Prabhavati Madam. Now it's time to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Balasubramanya S. So who is a General Manager for Biotech-led Enterprises, Bangalore. So sir has did his UG, PG and research, that is PhD from Bangalore University in the area of botany. So he is experienced with a demonstrated history of working in the industry, academics and government administration. Strong administrative professional skill in biotechnology, management, research, and development in life sciences. He served various positions. So he served as Assistant Manager Sourcing in SAMI Labs Limited and worked as Director at Rishi Herbal Technologies Private Limited, worked as Coordinator Research and Biotechnology Finishing School, Padma Shri Institute of Management and Sciences, and worked as Senior Consultant Biotechnology at Karnataka Innovation and Technology Society, and as a Secretary at Rishi Foundation, Bangalore. And presently, sir is working as General Manager at ABLE. So he has a vast experience in research and development. So we are very happy to have you with us today, sir. So once again, I would like to welcome you to this webinar on behalf of everyone at VKIT. So now I would request Dr. Balasubramanya sir to share his thoughts and experience with faculties and students.
Yeah.
Over to you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your nice words. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, is a nice time to talk leisurely about entrepreneurship and other related aspects, because so whatever we talk today, probably you can contemplate, take time tomorrow and see how you can implement whatever we have discussed today in a future course of your career. I mean, as I understand, most of you are from faculty and students. I don't know how many of you joined college to become an entrepreneur. I'm sure not many will be there, because we as our generation was also same. We did our PUC and then we just joined college with no idea what to do next. Then we after graduation, again we went to post-graduation, again no idea what to do next. Then again after post-graduation, then we started looking for job, and then we joined a job also. And we were enthusiastic for first few years, say 3 or 4 years, 5 years, then 6th, 7th, 8th year, then you have the 7-year reach usually. So then the mind started thinking, what next? Is this what I'm supposed to be? Is it what I'm supposed to do when I join a company? I have to do I have to serve this company for ages, or is there anything I can do apart from what I'm doing now? So that thought process starts. The thought process also get triggered by various thing that happens in the company. I mean, suppose you are doing well and you have a career growth, I mean, they're able to provide you all the facility, all those things, then the thought process doesn't come. But suppose something happens and you see some kind of a conflict in the way you want your career to go, and the company is not able to provide that kind of career growth to you, then you start thinking, this is what I have done so many, I know so many things. Can't I do something on my own? Can I stand on my own legs and start doing something new? And because you got the experience and you start thinking like, because then many of the ideas what you got it, and when you convey to the company where you're working on, they would say, no, this we are not interested. Oh, no, this is too costly, you cannot implement it. So all kind of things would probably kind of, they would have told you in terms of not accepting your ideas. So in the process, what happens, you start thinking, why don't I take it up? Why can't I take this idea to a stage where I can become an entrepreneur or become scale up this idea and start making money? So all those thought process starts. But if you when I talk to you now, probably you will not be able to understand, because you are pressurized in terms of getting a degree, studying for the exams, and also the pressure you have from your parents to start earning money from the day one from you complete your graduation or post graduation. So all those things will be playing in your mind, and you will not be giving idea, yes, I can also become an entrepreneur, probably immediately after post graduation. or maybe after doing a job or 2 or 3 years and then gaining some experience and then starting a company to see that how you can grow the idea what you have. Now, whatever you see around here now is you hear a lot of jargons in terms of startups, bootstrapping, crowdfunding. So many jargons you'll be hearing. I suggest you to please listen to that. Try to go back to the probably you have one of the very good advisor Google, where you can get some of the definitions of what we are talking, what people are talking. So you will be able to understand the nuances of the proposed process of becoming an entrepreneur and continuing the journey all through your life, and like becoming somebody like what we always say as a role model, whether it is Narayan Murthy or whether it's Kiran Mazumdar or with Asim Premji, whoever we think, we also can be one of them, provided we plan our career in the entrepreneurship by taking proper steps, proper decision at every point of time. So before, I know, as I told you, most of you are in a student mood, and faculty also are there who think that the whole life they have to be in teaching. Not necessary. So many of the ideas, many of the solutions, what you want to find out or have solutions, you can take it to the next level, commercialize it. And there's a process involved, because each organization, each what you call a person will have certain process to follow. You need to follow. So before we start looking at the journey of becoming, taking advantage of the today's topic like incubator, accelerator, I would like to present what is entrepreneurship, and then slowly lead you to what incubators and accelerators help you, how they help you, and what you can expect, and what are some of the funding opportunities that are there, which you can explore to start your entrepreneurship journey. So if you allow me, I'll just share my screen and start.
Yes, sir. You can share your screen.
Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
My sincere apologies. My slides are not that good today because I've been traveling. So I didn't have good time to prepare my slide, but I'm sure I'll be able to do justice to the topic what I'm doing now. Yeah. So entrepreneur, as I told you, it is a kind of a different journey that you take in your life. Most of the things you know, because as a student, as a mother, as a father, these are the roles you know very well, because you are seen day in, day out, and you know what that role demands and what that role can, what kind of responsibilities and you have to fulfill that role. But entrepreneurship journey is a different role. All will not be able to take this journey. Only few who have very keen interest probably will take. And there's instances, circumstances also will force you to become entrepreneur. So there's various instances where this new job will be coming to you as entrepreneur. This requires a different kind of mindset, different kind of what you call motivation, which each one will have a different motivation for, individual motivation. Somebody maybe having some problem in the house, then they would have become entrepreneur, then they would have taken the journey. There's some they would have wanted to do something different, then they would have taken an entrepreneurship journey. There's some they would have been forced to because one of the friend asked them to join and they joined. So all these things can happen. But whatever way you start your journey, the goal is only one thing: to make money, to become become rich. At the same time, what we say, create wealth for yourself and for others. So this is the main motivation of becoming an entrepreneur. Apart from this, nothing else. In the process, you follow all the due process of whatever rules, whatever policy government prescribes, and whatever rules and regulations that at that particular time is there, and your ethics, all those things will play a role. But entrepreneurship journey is something unique, which only you can experience it, and no others can experience unless they went into the journey. So basically, when you start in entrepreneurship, what you do basically is that you have certain idea. You want to around that you design the whole concept of doing business, and you have to run that business in terms of commercial entity. So you provide some services, some products, some value-added products, the customer who is there will take the facility of that and pay you money in terms of whatever charges or whatever cost you're making. In the process, additional cost, so that is considered as a profit. So this is the base you're talking now, because it needs, I say, when you say product selling, the selling, a lot of processes involved in selling. When I say you need to get back money, so a lot of processes involved in getting money back from the business. And also you need to maintain so many accounts and other details for the regulatory people to provide. It can be tax, it can be in terms of filing returns, annual returns and all those things. So this is basically the overall activity what you do when you become an entrepreneur. Now, why you want to do it as an entrepreneur? Because not all, as I told you, not all will have that, what you say, that we say in entrepreneur, the fire in the belly, we say. The fire in the belly, normally we because it's something which is burning within you, that I want to do something. I want to do something different among others, or I want to do something which you want the people to follow or people to accept it. So that fire in the belly, that what creates the whole entrepreneurship journey. And for that, you need to have a vision in the sense that you need to foresee what is going to happen. And you also be creative also, because see, you already have certain products and you cannot sell the same thing and make a difference sometimes, but you can create a volume, but makes in the process, you can have some margin coming up and you can sustain it. But basically, when we say entrepreneurship, that involves some kind of innovation also. So you come with an innovation. It can be an incremental innovation or a totally new product, new services, which nobody has heard before. And this, you start working around that idea and see how you can give a form to a kind of shape to it to become like a company, and then start the company to roll products, services, and other things. So for that to happen, you need to have so many other what do you call attributes for you become an entrepreneur. One, first and foremost.
Pardon me? Slides are not moving.
Okay, 1 second. Which slides you are seeing now?
First slide only, sir.
Oh, 1 second. I'll just reshare it. Hold on. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as I told you, when you become an entrepreneur, when you want to become an entrepreneur, there's some certain attributes are there, which a person or somebody who wants to start a journey need to have. Because this is not, I mean, what we say here is not necessary should be there, because there are many instances where without these also people are able to succeed. But once they become success, then they're totally that people talk in a different terms. But generally, when you talk, somebody become a successful entrepreneur, you need to have these attributes. But first and foremost is the confidence that the product or the services or the idea what we have, you are able to make it big or make it scalable, make it affordable to the people, so that they can start buying and provide you the profit what we intend. And obviously, there should be some kind of passion. You should have some passion, because what happens sometimes, you develop a product and it will not be meeting to the requirement of the market, and probably you may need to rework on it or re-engineer it. In that process, suppose you lose your passion, you don't lose your interest in that, probably you'll not able to go forward. Again, coming to next attribute is risk taking. Risk taking is very much required, because the whole aspect of business is basically risk taking. If you see any other profession, every profession has its own risk and advantage. But in business, the risk is more, because your decision of whether to do it or not will have so many repercussions. So that risk-taking ability is very important, because you need to decide on various, you have to take various factors into account, and then take a decision that whatever decision you have taken may or may not be leading to a good result. So keeping, I mean, then that, so this part, risk-taking ability should be there all the through your entrepreneurship journey. It is not just like you take one day and then next day nothing is there. The whole, each day, each hour, there'll be some kind of risk being taken. It can be related to product technology, it can be related to finance, it can be related to the people whom you are handling. So it encompasses various gamuts of your what you say, the company what you run. Then obviously you need to have some leadership quality. Leadership quality doesn't, when I'm talking here, is not talking become vocal, very articulate. I'm not talking like that. Leadership quality basically about decision capacity. So you should be able to understand the whole aspect of that situation, and you should be able to take a good decision. So that I'm talking here in terms of the leadership. We can see that many successful entrepreneurs may not be good articulative people. So you need not be a good, I mean, what you say, a vocal person to become a leader, not necessary. So, but decision making is the very key here. And obviously, when you want to run a company for say few years, I'm talking a decade or something like that, you need to have some kind of futuristic, futuristic viewpoint. So where it is going to take, I'm starting this product today, where I can take this product to the next level, or maybe to third generation, fourth generation level for next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and how I can keep innovating on this product. And there are companies in the world which is more than 100 years old, 200 years old. So they have been successfully running the company, innovating, then renovating. They're doing all the aspects to be in that stage. So we always consider a company as a legal entity, though it's like a separate individual. So a company or an entrepreneur has its own what you call birth, growth, and end also. The end, obviously, we know when both are birth and end are not in our hands. We can't predict. The same here also. So you may start a company, you may run it for 100 years. You may start a company, maybe unfortunately you may end in probably 6 months, 2 years. So many things can happen. It's more like how you want to overcome some of the problems that your product has, come in a creative manner, and able to offer value-added products to the customer. So these are the basic attributes that an entrepreneurship need to have. Why you want to become an entrepreneur? So as I told you, each one will have their own way of looking at why they want to become an entrepreneur. But most of the people, when we ask or when we inquire why they want to become an entrepreneur, they say that, okay, they want to be on their own boss. I don't want to listen to anybody. I want to take decision on my own, and I want to do what I want to what I like. That is one of the major answer they give. And few people will say, no, it's not just me. I am caring for the society, or caring for my people whom I'm in touch with. I just want to provide them jobs. I want to make them their life comfortable. So these are the what they say. And few people will say, no, the existing sector, whatever I'm operating, that doesn't have much job. I need to create a job here. So I want to innovate and then do things. So this is the thought process they have. And obviously there are few people who say, no, I'm very conscious about the social aspect of the whole thing. I want to give a social impact to by helping people in terms of either getting good services or good products which will be useful for their life. And there are many people who say, no, it's not all these things. I want to grow on my own. I want to make a lot of money. I want to create wealth. I want to enjoy a lot of benefits. And I also want to pass on to my employees and other people. This is a thought process that comes usually that kindles them to become an entrepreneur. But there can be any other reasons also. They're not necessary, but these are the major reasons what we see normally. There may be instances where you must have had something in the family and that would have triggered you. Or they must have some discussion among your friends. Okay, let's start some business. Let's see how it goes across. That also will happen. And maybe you will be talking to your faculty, and then in the process you would have felt, okay, whatever idea a faculty would have told, so you want to take it forward. So all these things can be possible. And of course, I mean, there are many examples about how a group of people or or individual has they got an idea to start a business, and then now they're so big that I mean, suddenly you feel that I mean, how did they start it? So like like how group of people came, and how Narayan Murthy's wife pawned her vegetables and gave the money to Narayan Murthy to start the business. And now, it is one of the biggest, IT company in the world now. And similarly, Biocon, how Kiran Majumdar Shah started in a small way as a lady entrepreneur. And now individually, she is worth almost $30 billion. Apart from the company which she's having, which is serving not only the in terms of the industry, but also helping a lot many people because being a healthcare company. And about Byju's, which also started very small, and now they are into what you call as edutech, and now it is what we consider this not it can't even becoming unicorn. Now we call it this company as a decacorn, because unicorn is a company which is having around $1 billion turnover valuation, or approximately around 1,000 crores. But this Byju's is valued at around 10,000 crores. Okay. Similarly, you would have seen ID Group, that what you see the what you call idli atta idli ready-made idli batter company. He got inspired by his mother, who was selling idli, and he started this company. Now, he's one of the largest food in the morning times. So these are the major examples, but there are plenty. I mean, this is I'm talking only successful one, where business and they may not be aware, but they also are doing very well. But again, it's not that just a few companies. Why we're talking now startup and all those things, because when it becomes like a movement, when the ecosystem is there, where a lot of people are talking, so that is something big is happening around. So that's where we consider it as okay, everybody is looking at it. Then all the ecosystem will come into play. Government will come into play. Companies will come into play. Again, your college has the innovation council now. But if your innovation council was not there probably even 5 years back. So now every college, every engineering college has an innovation council where they're trying to promote innovation and entrepreneurship among the students. Because we know as a country, there's always, every country has a growth, and we are in a stage where now, so we need to create a lot many jobs. We need to become entrepreneur-based country, so that a lot of wealth creation, as well as the new products being developed and become what you call much more what we have like a developed country. We have to think about it. So these are the process that happens. But now we see that for last 10, 15 years or 20 years, the lot of efforts has been undergone by various ecosystem players, leading to we becoming one of the third largest ecosystem or startup ecosystem in the world, apart from USA and China. You can see that on one of, you can see the list of unicorns. What we say, we have more than 100 unicorns, 100 plus unicorns in the country now, which is almost second in the world. Apart from US, we are the largest base for unicorns. And when we see the projections, you can see in the projections right now, we have around 75,000 startups in India that is registered. But we are expecting it to go more than 100, almost 100K. And also lot many employment opportunities is there, and funding, a lot of what we say investment is going to come up, and number of unicorns, it's going to double. And we are almost be there, probably surpass even USA in terms of both numbers as well as the investment. Slightly investment may be a little late, but at least numbers we may surpass them. And lot of value creation, or what you say, wealth creation will happen, wherein we have lot many people becoming rich and probably enjoying the good of life. But for this to happen, there's an ecosystem which is there, which makes it happen. You know that how universities play a role. Like today, they have under-conducted program. We know that probably one program will not make difference, but there is a chance that one of you may get inspired and maybe starting a company or maybe start entrepreneur journey, and you become successful. The worth of this program will be good. That will be enough. So even if not, probably you partner with somebody who wants to become an entrepreneur, you support him and they become successful, you both of them become successful. That is also important. That also is good for this program. So like that, each of the ecosystem players are working and supporting the startup entrepreneurial journey. So like we have governments, then we have companies, then we have individual mentors, incubators, then accelerators, then R&D centers, both state, central, and private. There's so many funding agencies are there. Again, venture capitalists and angel investors and all those things. So all together make an ecosystem. So which helps any entrepreneur journey to make sure that all the people who start the entrepreneurs become successful. And coming to topic of this today's webinar, so we are talking about incubators. See, basically what happens when you start a journey, because you need a lot of inputs, a lot of what you call infrastructural support to start your entrepreneur journey. See, most of the time what happens, like, you need to spend money or spend your resources to establish that. You have to look for an office space, to look for the equipments if you want to work on some technology. And you need to look at buy some office equipment like computers and other things to to set up an office. So it was found that the entrepreneurs are spending too much money on this and spending too much time to start their work. So the concept of incubators came into being. The incubators basically it's a place where you start your journey of entrepreneurship, where they have some of the basic infrastructure. It can be an office, or it can be some kind of equipments which you require to start, to develop your products, or to concretize your ideas, what you have. This is a place where you are. So incubators play a major role in terms of nurturing your idea to success in the beginning of your journey. So if incubators are not there, there's every chances that you make a lot of mistakes, and which will result in you becoming probably the idea what you're taking forward may not be successful, because you need a lot of inputs in terms of how to refine the idea, how to improvise the idea, and how to take it good, how to make it like a commercially viable product. So incubators, basically the role is to nurture you. And as of now, the more than 850 or 840, 50 plus incubators are there in India, covering all gamut of areas of technology, be it electronics, be it semiconductors, be it biotechnology, be it what you call real estate, IT, ITES, you name it, there's incubators are there. So you need not worry about today that whether I have to, what you say, okay, my subject is space related one, can I get an incubator? Yes, there's incubators who are supporting space related, what you call entrepreneurship journey also. And you're talking, okay, I want to look at something related to plants. Yes, it is possible. You have it. Whether I'm looking at, say, what you say, the latest, we're talking medical devices, something. Yes, there are incubators pertaining to this. So that way, all over India, we have plenty of incubators. And the number of incubators, almost we are second in the world with compared to US. We have surpassed China also in this. So there are both private as well as the government supported incubators, and obviously there's some in the universities also. So all this is there, and you need, in many places they're providing you virtual incubations also. You need not be, suppose you're in Bangalore or you're in say other places, and you want to get the facility from maybe Delhi, Mumbai, or other places, still you can have it. So you need not worry about it. Secondly, the incubator's role, as I told you, comes in it's a very crucial for your idea to become successful. So they do in a two, when earlier it was basically, they used to talk to you and then they find out from you what is your background, or how much your idea is valid in terms of marketability. All those things they used to take into consideration, and then have you as an incubator. But now what happened? So there are many instances where the person is interested to start a startup, but he doesn't have an idea what he wants to do. So there's needs a kind of support system for him to concretize the idea, or or say whatever idea he has to make it understand properly, or he doesn't have an idea, but he has all interest to start a business. So pre-incubation stage has been created here. The pre-incubation stage, basically what happens now, whatever idea you have or you don't have idea, that will be formulated here. They will have a lot of mentors, a lot of experts talking to you, giving a lot of inputs, so that you, whatever, even if you don't have an idea, you start thinking in those angles, and you come with an idea. So once you have an idea, so these idea will be discussed, and they will help you to develop a business plan also about this, and they also will help you out in how to implement this in terms of financial forecast. All those things will be taken care. So now you just bare enough, if you are interested to start the entrepreneurship journey, is enough as of now. You need not be, you not have a good idea, then you want to go to incubators and start it. Not necessary. Now you have a facility wherein bare minimum of understanding that I want to start a business is good enough for you to do it. Then comes, you have a very good idea, and you are very strong that this idea is going to work out and you want to do it. Then comes the incubation stage. Now, before you come here, what we do, what incubators does is, they call it as, what they do is a boot camp. So boot camp is basically is an idea generating session, basically, where what they do in the boot camp is basically to bring all the experts, subject experts, industry experts, then successful entrepreneurs. They bring all of them and tell about how it has to be done, how your idea, even how to generate an idea also they'll be talking about in the boot camp. Pre-incubation stage, they will regularize your idea and make it much more formalized for you to understand what is a business, whether you want to enter into business or you want to just think about some other idea and then come back again. Pre-incubation stage will help you to decide how strongly you want to go forward. So once you have decided, okay, yes, I want to go, my product is, my product idea is very good, I'm clear about my pathway, I'm clear about my financial requirement, all those things, then comes the incubator. Incubation period, basically what happens is that you have the incubator who has all facility. He can, as I told you, you'll have an office space, internet connectivity, or plug and play facility, what is required, and he will have a managerial support which is required for you. And also if it's a technology oriented incubator, there will be some common instruments will be there, which will be regularly used by the startup to develop a product, or refine or improve the product already there in the market, if at all is there. If at all, that's the way that's the product you are working on. So again, incubator also will help you to help you both in technology and also help you in getting some seed funding. So the role of incubator here is to dual. They help you to make sure that your idea, whatever idea you have, you start working on it. At the same time, help you to raise funds also. But many times what happens, your idea may be good, maybe is good for the market also, maybe, but the funding opportunity may not be there as of now. So sometimes what incubator does is they themselves will provide a seed fund. Okay, it may be small money, or it may go in thousands, or it may go into lakhs. So that you will able to work on your idea. So this is the incubator. So the incubator period normally will be around based on the what you call the sector, what you're working. If it's a IT, ITS, something, normally 6 months to 1 year they have an incubation period. Then if it's a little deep tech area where you lot of experimentation is there, lot of validation is there, then the period goes up to around 1.5 years. Normally that is the period that incubation is there. Within this period, you should able to generate whatever idea you have, you should able to take logically to the product level. Then comes the next level. So, but as I told you, incubator is basically like we can say like a mother's womb. So you are born, you have to have a full growth there, some kind of growth, so that you can come out of and then start living on your own. So incubators provide like a like what you say. I mean, as a typical incubator is basically, they again, you have warm shell. They have so many vocabularies, so many jargons. Don't worry on all those things. Incubator basically helps you to what you call commercialize your idea, and commercialize up to commercializing up to the idea, up to the level of marketing, not to the marketing, up to the level of marketing. Whatever required, they will help you. They will connect you venture capitalists. They will help you to raise funds, what we say, A series funding kind of thing, beginning funding. They help you, try to help you to provide seed funding. So all these things will be happening. But if at all you are not successful by this 18 months, they sometimes, most of the incubators, based on the product idea, because some products ideas take a little more time, they may extend their services by a few more months or maybe years. In some of the deep tech areas, there are instances where the incubators support you up to even 5 years also. Okay, so again, goes by your product and ideas what you are looking at. So this is the basic role of incubators. And as I told you, you take the sector, we have incubators now. You don't have to worry. And there are many what you call agencies who can help you to reach out to them. Each state has a what is known as startup cell, and you can reach out to them, and they'll help you to connect to the incubators. And of course, many of your faculty members also will be knowing some of these, and they also will be able to guide you. And next comes the, I know, I mean, it is not important at this level for you to know about accelerators, but as a journey, see, once you complete your product, once you have a product which is what we say is most viable product, or the MVP we say, once you have that, so the next journey is going to market. Going to market is not an easy job. It needs a lot of preparation, a lot of inputs from various people, and then the actual journey starts from there, actually, because till now you have been working on your idea, you have developed a product, and now you need to scale up. When you want to scale up, whatever small way you started, some of the things what you followed will not work out when you scale up. So you need to develop some kind of you have to modify yourself. You have to come with a new because there will be a lot of problems. You will have to come with new ideas. No, again, you have to innovate to see that it becomes scalable. So these accelerators come into picture. Basically, it's a short-term program. Basically, normally it is from 3 months to 6 months, wherein you have industry experts or maybe subject experts who are ideas you have, whatever ideas you have, whatever product develop the market and all those things. And normally it is a short-term period. It's not something like an incubator where it will go for 1.5 years or more number of years. It will be normally maximum. What I've seen normally is around 6 weeks to 8 weeks. So it is like they tell you what to do, and you have to go back to a drawing board, work on, and then come back to us, come back to them so that they improvise on it. Generally, face-to-face meeting will be there. Opportunities will be provided by these people. You'll be introduced to some of the industry or some of the influencers who can take your products, who can tell about your products, and reach out to the potential customers. And also, what they do is basically they help you to capacity building. That is, suppose you want to set up a unit, they may help you to put up. They help you provide some funding so that you can put up a factory or something like that. Or you have a you have a process of business, but that is not fully concrete. So now these people with their expertise will help you to design your business itself, the revenue model, how you want to sell it, how should be what should be the margin, how you want to give the how you want to make the money. All these things will be done by the accelerators. But normally accelerators are very less numbers compared to incubators, because it is much more focused, and it needs a lot of other paraphernalia. Like I said, they have to be well connected to the funding agencies. They should be well connected with the industry. All those things are there. But right now, my suggestion, don't worry too much on accelerators. But incubators, yes, because you may need them very soon if you're looking at starting your own entrepreneur journey. Coming to funding, because most of the incubators are there, but may not be in a position to fund, because they may be good in providing facility, they may be good in providing the guidance, maybe good in providing mentorship, but you also need to work on any entrepreneurship is investment. We say it's an investment. You invest certain amount, and you try to get over and above a certain amount, so that you have what is known as a profit. So now business is all about investing and making profit. It's nothing more, nothing less. So you have to keep this in mind. If you think that I'm going to invest and I'm not keen on making money, that is not considered as something like a startup or entrepreneurship. That comes under different category. But normally when you start a business, it's always to make money and money only. Okay. So if you don't have the the fire to make money and enjoy the money, you probably down the lane you may not feel continuing your business. You may probably leave halfway. Suppose you have that fire and you want the zeal to continue to make money and create wealth, and also make others create wealth, then you become a successful entrepreneur. That's what we see. Now funding comes in a different form, because you have a good idea, but it's not necessary that you may have funds. So there's a lot of means to do it. Bootstrap, because again, as I told you, these are all jargons which you see. Bootstrap is basically that you won't generate your own funds. Like you probably borrow from your relatives and then start your business. So that we consider as a bootstrap. There are many companies who are not borrowed any money from banks. They're not borrowed. They've not got any investment from anybody. So they are just mobilized from their own resources and then running the company. There are many companies are there. Not necessary you always have to go and borrow funds from other sources. Suppose you borrow from your own resources, that's called bootstrapping. Normally, when you want to scale up, it may not be possible, because how much your relatives or somebody can give money to you. They may believe you, but you may probably give back the money. Mobilizing funds. So basically, here what happens? You have an idea, or you have a product or a services or something which everybody wants it, but none of the other people are interested. But so what happens? That a lot of people require this. So it needs a different kind of funding approach. So what to do is that now you float your idea, and a lot of platforms like online platforms and offline and all those things. So where you float your ideas, and there interested people come and invest the money as per the requirement. Probably you set a target, okay, it's 1 crore, 2 crores, 3 crores, whatever you are looking at. So that will be pooled, and then you can start the business. So that's why it's called crowdfunding. But normally this happens not for any commercial product. Most of them are related to something social impact or something which enhances some health benefit. So these kind of products and services, you have crowdfunding support, but not necessary. When we have seen even films, movies, all those things are being done using this medium now. So there's no hard and fast rule that crowdfunding happens only for certain kind of businesses. Not necessary. So it all depends on how you want to project and how you want to do it. Then comes the debt funding. This is a normal route, normally followed by many. Debt funding is basically you borrow money on loan and start your business. So this borrowing loan can be from banks or from your own, maybe some agencies, funding agencies, debt funding agencies. So like SIDBI or other people who can provide you funding. So now there are schemes from government also, debt funding. So where they provide you fund, but you have to return it back after a certain period of time, and also they'll have some moratorium period. So after they provide the money, they give some 6 months or 1 year for you to return the money, and then during that period they charge you interest and other things. So this we call as a debt funding. So normally, debt funding is taken up when you are in a stage where you know that the product is ready and you have a good revenue model. We say that is, you know, how you sell, how you get back your money. So this, when you have the clear-cut revenue model, that time you go for this debt funding normally, but not necessary. But if you're strong and you think that your idea or a product, what you're developing is a sure shot going to be success, and you can generate money through it. So people do take debt funding and then start the business. And other model is the angel funding. The angel funding is little improvement of this bootstrapping basically, because you have some professionals and what we call high net worth individuals who have excess money and who want to invest in some good proposal. So these people invest. Normally the angel funding is in the range of around 1 to 5 crores. So sometimes it may go up to 10 crores. This is a normal range, normally happens. So when you have the requirement, because when you want to go debt fund and all those things, then the interest will be more and there are a lot of conditions. So you don't like to go to debt funding. And obviously crowdfunding also again difficult because many people have to involve. So again, your relatives and all those people will not be able to provide that kind of funding, and then some kind of, you will have some obligation. So you don't want to enter into obligation, all those things. So angel funding comes into picture. Advantage of angel funding is that they fund at the same time. They are experts actually in their own field. So they also will provide you inputs, how to improve business and how to develop products and all those things. So that's a little advantages there. So which here also angel funding can happen by 2-3 people coming together. That is also possible. So this is one way of raising your funds. Then one more mode what we have is a venture capitalist. Now venture capitalist is a pure, again, I've given you the details, like banks, we have for debt funding, we have SIDBI, and banks like SBI and other people provide debt funding. And for angel funding, there's a network called Indian Angel Network. You can Google, you can get the details of the Indian Angel Network, where you can approach them and see that who can support you in your journey. And last, we have the venture capitalist. That is, he funds as a venture. The whole venture will be taken into consideration, and this will go from starting from again 2 to 3 crores to in terms of 100 crores, 200 crores, 300 crores business. So now here what happens now, these all venture capitalists will be in terms of you have to provide share to the venture capital who are investing money. Suppose you have say 60% or 100% of your share. You have to give them some 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever you negotiate. Based on the valuation of the company, they have the shareholding in the company. So they'll become part of your decision making. They'll be part of your whole activity. They'll be guiding you towards decision making process also. You learn as you go the journey, but you need to understand these jargons and this way of working. So then that should be. And coming to funding, government, as a facilitator, as a supporting ecosystem player, they play a huge role in terms of supporting entrepreneurship journey, and both state and central. Many startups actually. From last 10-15 years, the number of startups has grown leaps and bounds. You know that, as I told you already, we have 75,000 numbers of startups, and many of them are tech startups in that. And fortunately, Karnataka, Bangalore has been doing very well in a startup ecosystem. We have more number of unicorns in India. Almost 35 to 40% unicorns are in Karnataka, and India has more number of unicorns. And as a whole, a lot of activities happening in terms of what you call startups being formed. Almost we can say every hour, some almost 10 to 15 or 20 startups are being created. So you see the frenzy that is happening. I mean, what we hear in our circles, like earlier in 2000, when you throw a stone in Bangalore, they say it's to fall on an IT company. So now when you throw a stone, it falls on a startup, I believe. So that is the number of startups we have in nook and corner of the country. And now startups are there in each district, of almost covering all places in India, starting from Leh Ladakh to say down Kanyakumari. Everywhere you go, you have a lot of things happening, and everybody is getting support from the ecosystem, be it incubators, be it accelerators, be it government support schemes, be it university supported, UGC supported programs. All those things are happening. And just to give a glimpse of what is there for you to start a journey in terms of state and union government schemes. So Government of Karnataka has Elevate Idea to POC program, that is Elevate Idea to Proof of Concept program. So here you get funding up to 50 lakh rupees, and they have different sub schemes matching to the requirement of the social order. Like we have Unnati for SSC entrepreneurs. Then for OBC separately is there. Then they have for women. Government of India has come up with a startup seed fund up to 20 lakhs. They provide as a grant fund, seed or grant fund, grant it is, and up to for 50 lakhs they provide debt funds actually. Okay. Now this is a new scheme which is there for last 1 year, and a lot of incubators have this is being routed to incubators actually. So a lot of incubators are providing support to startups to this scheme. Apart from this, there's another unit in DST, that is Department of Science and Technology. So they also have funding scheme for startups, that is Nidhi Prayas, they say, and this is again work to incubators. So wherein they provide up to 10 lakhs rupees funding for any startup to develop a proof of concept or most viable products, whatever area they are choosing it. Here again, the incubators will select and nurture your ideas. They provide funding up to 10 lakh rupees, and then take it to the next level. Then coming to again, we have on the right side, if somebody is in life sciences, medical devices, or clean tech areas, somebody wants to work it, they can look into this that is Biotechnology Ignition Grant from department BIRAC, or from it's because Biotechnology Industry Research and Assistance Council. It's a part of the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. So they provide up to 50 lakh rupees. We have MEITI, that is the Department of Electronics. They also have some program for startups, because I know most of you are from computer background. MEITI, what we say, Department of Electronics and IT, they also provide a lot of support, both seed money and incubator facility, all those things for you people. And again, DST has one more program that is called Nidhi EIR. See, basically what happens, you want to start your, you are in a postgraduate or graduate, you want to start your entrepreneurship journey, but you can't start it because you need some kind of sustenance money to lead your life, and you are taken loans, and or your parents would have spent money, and you're not in a position to start a business, but you're very strong that your idea, whatever idea you have, or whatever whatever product you want to work it as a sure shot or good market. So, but you have difficulty. So under this program, what they do is they provide you 30,000 rupees every month for 12 months. So within that period, so it's like a salary for you, or you don't have to consider as a salary, but it's more like a sustenance money for you to lead your life, or make sure that you have no problem in continuing your daily requirement. At the same time, you can nurture your ideas. So this options is there. And now these kind of things are being provided by many incubators also in a small way, and probably you can take help of them in understanding how you can do it. And this is also again comes in terms of both for SST population separately and OBC separately. All those things, all those people separate subsectors, sub order schemes are there, so you can avail all these facilities. But again, as I told you, there are various means and ways of getting support from the ecosystem, but ultimately what matters most is your interest and you are passionate to go forward and start your entrepreneurial journey. And these are the list of incubators and accelerators in Karnataka. This is a very partial list because we see almost every month 2-3 incubators getting added at university level, at college level, at company level, by government supported program. So almost a lot of incubators are getting added, and a lot of private incubators are coming and joining the ecosystem. And this is a partial list. As you can see that we have huge, it covers all areas, starting from ITS, SaaS, real estate, every segment you have, so which you can avail. And I'm sure with this small talk, you'll be able to gain some information and probably looking to gain more information by other programs and webinars what you get from arranged by the university and by your college. And you're free to talk to us anytime. We'll be able to provide you probably individual suggestions and probably inputs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was really a great webinar. You shared a lot of information about incubators and accelerators and what are the different schemes we have from state and union government schemes. And also you started with what is an entrepreneurship and role of incubators, qualities of an entrepreneur, and what are the different funding models we have. So it was really a wonderful talk, sir. Audience, if you have any queries, you can unmute yourself and you can pose a query.
Sir, myself Gururaj.
Yes, sir.
So my question is, why not to add the one in the curriculum only, this what you call as a startup or in any other part for the entrepreneurs?
So,
inculcate them in the study level only. We should add the curriculum only.
Correct. Yeah. See, I mean, actually, new education policy talks about it, and already integration is happening at various levels, and it will be done very soon. Because it is happening at the phases. See, that means that whatever innovation council you have. And other what you call entrepreneurship cell, what AICT and other organizations is asking you to do it is all leading to that only, because now it has to be see whatever has been done is off the curriculum process. It was only voluntary or it has something supplementary what is supposed to happen. Now slowly it will be part of the curriculum. It will be integrated because now internship has been made compulsory in engineering courses. 6 months, the period has been extended. By I think 6 months, I think they have been extended. So all these things is towards that only. But the major decision comes whether to become entrepreneur or not should start from at the day they join the college actually. So when the student joins a college, so he should be able to take a subject or take a topic which he is passionate to do certain things there. So if we can give that kind of counseling to him, probably it will help. And second thing, see, it is basically comes from. I wanted to ask this question at the beginning of the webinar, but I thought I can ask you later also. I mean, how many of you probably you can post yes or no in the chat box? So, how many of your relatives have their own business actually? How many of your relatives have your own business and you know that they are doing a business? So we have around 50-60 in the webinar. So I'm sure at least some 30 to 40 people will be having somebody who is doing business whom they know. But when they go and talk to them, they'll not talk about business. And obviously, he will also not tell. But I mean, if you talk to him, he'll tell how difficult it is and all those things, how we have seen them, suddenly they're becoming, suddenly they're enjoying the life, suddenly they're not enjoying the life. suddenly having some problem. So all those things is part of the whole journey. So this part of has to be should be inculcated among the students. See, curriculum basically talks about imparting some knowledge, some skill. That is obviously we can be done, but there's something more than a skill that it has to be. That mindset change is required, because we have been tuned to say you join a college only to do a job at the end of the career, end of the graduation or post graduation. So that mindset has to change. Then only it is possible. But now slowly it is happening. Fortunately, a new education policy and the policymakers all are helping, and colleges also coming. I mean, I'm sure your college also will take the initiative in supporting entrepreneurship in your college in terms of providing probably seed money, something like that, facility, other things. And most of the entrepreneurship colleges and universities are the cradle of innovation actually. So they provide ample opportunity for a student to, it's like, I mean, it's like a pre-incubator, or I mean, it's like what you say, like mother for the innovation actually. I mean, in a sense, mother of innovation, something we say almost come from university level or college level, because that's where the student or somebody begins his journey of thinking of his own. So in the process, it's going to happen, and it's happening also. I'm sure probably, I mean, now, I mean, BTU is already working on it, and new curriculum is coming, and slowly it will be done.
Yes, sir. So one of our alumni, Anup, is there in the, so he has started his own startup.
Correct.
Anup, you can say a few words, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Anup?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can share your like thoughts about your startup.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Anup here. I just passed out from college from last 10 years ago, and then we just started a kind of startup now, and then we are running with our internal team from 8 to 10 people. These guys are all my colleagues who have been working with me from last 10 years, and some of them are my classmates too. So the thought process was we all are capable of doing things, and we are all capable of achieving greater targets. And why don't we do something on our own instead of, as you said, working for someone, and having this satisfaction is much better than working for someone else, right? So that was the intention, and we knew we were capable of doing things. So that's where we took this greater step. As you said, what we considered was a team, firstly, and creativity, passion. This is what really matters. Like at some point of time, we may get failed at our task, or the passion, we may feel something it's not going right. So at that time, creativity comes into picture, and the team, when we have a team as such, it will be really good. Like if I'm good at one particular part of it, the others will be good at other domains, and so that as a team we can work together and get good results. So yeah, all your points, what you said, were really helpful for us, and I really wanted to know more about incubators and accelerators. So I want to get into touch with you personally, so that will also help me a little bit.
Sure.
So yeah, thanks for all the info. It was really helpful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Anup.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Hello.
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 Hi, yes, madam. Tell me.
Yeah. This is Vinod Reddy from CMR Technical Campus, Hyderabad. Sir, whatever the session it has been arranged, no, it is very informative. The knowledge, whatever you have shared, no, sir, it is beneficial to both students and staff. Sir, I want your details and with phone number, sir. I didn't attend the first starting session.
No problem. Don't worry. I will share it. Actually, I have a special suggestion for the faculty. I know. I mean, you're also been in the teaching position for last. Many of you have good experience, I'm sure. 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. I know like some of the college management has an option for, many of you will also be doing research I mean, either UGC funded or AICT funded or other departmental funded or company funded. Now there's now like any other in overseas and all, there's an option for faculty also to start a business.
Okay.
When you're in the as a college, being in a college, you know, IASC already has that model, and we have many companies coming from IASC where the faculty are they start a company and then they run both. Actually, they do both. Faculty, and they teach as well as they have a business also. I know it is difficult as of now because with the existing system, but I think in coming days or coming months or years, I'm sure many management will also think in those aspects and support some of the entrepreneurial faculty members come closer in terms of some of the students and faculty joining together, and students, faculty, and college joining together and starting a company. So that is also possible is there. And I think you need to explore this, all the faculty members. And you need not see, you have a working hand in terms of students, so who have the enthusiasm, who have the zeal to do something new, and you have the experience of the technology and other things. And the management can provide you some kind of facility to host you. And all of you is a win-win situation actually. So probably all three can come together and take care of the ecosystem and then do it. The possibility is there, and probably faculty also can think of becoming themselves, turning themselves into entrepreneurs. I know it's not easy. Maybe it's not for all, but some of you can consider if you are in a position to think in those terms.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Definitely we will make use of your knowledge and we will plan for that. Sir, your number you share in the chat box,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm doing that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, feedback link is posted in the chat box, so you can give your valuable feedback. So actually, from VTPC, Prabhavati Rao Madam was about to join. Due to some emergency, she could not make it.
No
so I will just brief out about VTPC. So what is VTPC? And
please go ahead. Yeah.
So Vishweshwaraya Trade Promotion Center is the mandated nodal agency for the promotion of international trade from the state of Karnataka under the aegis of the Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Karnataka. Since its inception in 1965, the center has been at the forefront in hand-holding and facilitating budding exporters to make a mark in the field of international trade through a range of programs, schemes, policies, incentives, and concessions. VTPC provides impetus to the export units. It acts as a catalyst in representing the grievances, issues in trade to the right authorities for readdressal. So among its varied functions, VTPC also facilitates state level, national, and international trade fairs and exhibitions to its SMEs and other stakeholders across the state. So recognizes export excellence through conferring of state export excellence awards, conducts a plethora of sensitization and in-situ training and capacity building programs across the exports, innovation management, entrepreneurship, international trade, and intellectual property rights landscape, among others. So VTPC also implements various Government of India and Government of Karnataka programs and schemes for the promotion and facilitation of international trade, as well as for integrated development of the logistics sectors. So Prabhavati Rao Madam was about to join. Due to some emergency, she could not make it. So I would like to thank on behalf of everyone for extending her support in conduction of this webinar. Thank you, Madam. And now it's time to give vote of thanks. So on behalf of the entire team, VKIT IIC and Vivekananda Institute of Technology, I would like to thank today's speakers, Dr. Balasubramanya sir, for such a wonderful talk. Really, sir, in coming years, we can find many entrepreneurs in our campus itself. So really, it was a wonderful session. And I would like to thank Principal Dr. Padmanabha sir for his support in conducting this webinar. And I would like to thank our Vice Principal and President of IIC, Dr. D.V. Chandrasekhar sir, and heads of all the departments, my dear students, dear participants, for your support in successfully conducting this webinar. I would like to thank all the staff members, teaching and non-teaching staff members for their support. Thank you all. So the feedback link is posted in the chat box. You can give your valuable feedback.
Thank you, and all the best to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Once again, thank you, sir. The link will be opened, so you can give your valuable feedback.